Yes, so that is what it is, the revolt of 1857. And at that time also, I'll come back and explain once I finish reading. Okay, the Indian National Congress, even though the revolt failed, it sowed the seeds of Indian nationalism within the people. Indian nationalism had many underlying forces that led to the Indian independence movement. Social and religious reformers such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Vivekanand, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Sri Syed Ahmad Khan, and many others tried to reform the Indian society. They spoke against the evils of sati, casteism, and child marriage. All this led to the formation of the Indian National Congress INC in 1885. The Indians realized that the British had conquered India to promote their own interests and were not interested in the welfare of the Indian people. They saw India as one country and felt that the British rule should end. The National Congress was India's first political party, and people from various backgrounds joined it. The INC, or the Indian National Congress, was formed to draw the attention of the British government to the problems faced by the Indians. It did so through prayers and petitions. This was early. Uh, this was this was the early nationalist phase. Okay, so this was an early nationalist phase. Leaders such as Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Naroji believed in the British sense of justice and felt reforms in the Indian system would take place soon. But all that was ignored by the British. The younger members of the Congress and the older members disagreed with one another over the methods to bring about reforms. Some younger members started the assertive nationalist phase of the INC in 1905. Leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Rajpat Rai, and Bipin Chandra Pal wanted immediate action. Tilak wanted the common people to become a part of the government, as he felt that nothing would happen without them. Tilak's newspaper Kesari was critical of the British, was very critical of the British. So, okay, we'll keep it till there only. I'll explain this. So, the revolt of 1857, I told you basically that what happened was the soldiers had to take a revolt, and this was the first revolt against the British army or the British government at that time. That people were very unhappy. They were not happy. They had to pay so much of taxes because see, England British was mainly their motive of coming into India was India's rich culture, India's rich heritage, and India's money, India's minerals, and India's whatever was there, the resources they had taken back to England. Even that they had brought in machines from England to put it in India so that it can be cheap to export. So they wanted to suppress, they wanted to work to be taken out, and they always wanted that divide and rule. They did not put everyone together, they used to divide it in groups so that you don't get in touch and make a revolt. So that they came to know later that the revolt is going to start, but this army revolt started, the Sepoy Mutiny which we said, that was that knowingly they put this greased cartridges for this engine rifle or Enfield rifle actually, that you have to break it with your mouth, the cover has to be open and then fixed inside the gun and then it has to be shot. So the Hindu and Muslims, because it was made with the cover was greased with fat of cows and pigs, so that's why this offended the religious people of India, the sentiments of both Hindus and Muslims. So they revolted, they went off to Bahadur Shah Zafar in Delhi emperor. They marched and they said, we want to have a judgment of this. What is this? What is this happening? We want the war of independence. And then with this group joined Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, Nana Saheb, Tantia Tope, and Kuvar Singh joined the rebels. They became rebels, they wanted to fight against them. But the revolt continued for a year before it was crushed by the British. Actually, there was no proper leader, and that is what happened. Rani Lakshmibai died, and Nana Sahib was also defeated. Bahadur Shah was captured and sent off to Burma, now which is Myanmar. On the India map, you'll see towards the Bangladesh side, Myanmar, Burma. So his two sons were killed also, and that was the end of the total Mughal empire. So the British took over that. Now what happened is, the revolt was the turning point. British saw that East India Company is there and we are there. So this East India Company has to stop now. So let's stop the East India Company and give the total thing to our Queen Victoria, who was there. So Queen Victoria was declared the Empress or the big boss of India, and it was decided that henceforth her viceroys, her juniors under her, will take care of India, and she will be sitting in England. Okay, so she once upon a time sometimes used to come, once or twice she had been to India, and that's what history says. And after that, and her juniors or her viceroys will be taking care of the government in India on her behalf, but she is going to give the actual thing. Then what happened? The National Congress came in. During this National Congress, even the revolt failed. It sowed seeds of Indian nationalism. Even though it failed, but there were people who were wanting a change, a revolution. But what happened is, that led to the Indian independence. From this it started, actually from the Sepoy Mutiny it started, and it went off till the independence of India movement started. So social religious reformers, social as the people who mix with people socially, they get together, all they were having meetings. Religious reformers who were talking about religious, and like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, and many others tried to reform the Indian society. They were talking to the society, they were wanting to change the society. The abolishment which was going on, casteism was going on, colorism was going on, the child marriage was continuing. They were trying to reform the Indian culture. We have to reform ourselves before we want to fight someone. The sati of burning the girl if the husband dies on that same cheetah, and after that casteism, these people, if we don't have our unity within ourselves, the country is going to break down. How will we fight? So we have to be united, and we have to forget all these things and come into place. Education is needed. That question mark, the renaissance has to happen, the change has to happen. But in 1885 the National Congress was formed. The Indian realized that the British had conquered India to promote their own motives. They were not interested in the welfare of Indian people. Actually it was true, and they saw India as one country and felt that the British rule should end. But it's going to take a long journey. It's not such a joke to come out from the hands of the British. The Indian National Congress was first India's political party, and people from various backgrounds joined it. Even the Hindus joined, the Muslims joined. Even I guess there was a Englishman also who had joined. His name was Alan Octavian, whom along with Dadabhai Naoroji and William Wedderburn started the Indian National Congress. So you have to have a little bit of education to start. But Swami Vivekananda, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Chandra Vidyasagar, Syed Ahmed Khan, they were all educated people. So they knew what is law and what is happening. So they started giving their problems through prayers and petitions. Prayers means saying, requesting, and petitions are on writing to the court of the government of England. But the leaders such as Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Surendranath Banerjee and Dadabhai, they thought, some sense of justice would happen. Actually, when justice is there, when they have a government and the justice is going to be same, fair, it would take place soon. But it did not. But all that was ignored by the British. They said a lot of things. Then they said that this is going to happen, that is going to happen, but it never happened. The younger members of the Congress separated from the INC, and they formed a assertive nationalist phase of the INC. And the leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Rajpat Rai and Bipin Chandra Pal wanted immediate action. They were ferocious people, they wanted immediate action. Tilak wanted the common people to become a part of the movement. He said that as he felt nothing would happen without them, so they have to form the government, more people have to come in with them to go against this British rule. Tilak's, what do you say, Bal Gangadhar Tilak's newspaper Kesari was very critical for the British. You know, he had wrote everything, whatever was going on, he had given, so they had to face a lot of issues in their life. So, and they really fought for Indian. We should be very proud of it today. So, we'll keep it till here, and in the next class, I'll go ahead with it again. Okay, so we'll be having. Yes, the partition of Bengal and the Swadeshi movement. I'll just read in the next class and I'll explain the whole chapter again. So it will be easier for us to go ahead. So till then, take care, stay home, stay safe, and respect your parents and love them as much as you can. And do whatever you want after you do your studies. Okay, bye bye, take care, God bless. Class 5.